Welcome back to Briggs on Books. We're here to help you pick your next read. How do you pick your books? Well, I find it easier to pick a book if I know the author a little bit. I like to know a little bit about the authors, and that helps me pick the book. You might like this one. Look at this one, Moonglow. Not only do we have the book here, but we also, if I can find her, we also have the author. There she is. Welcome, Sandra Rose Simmons.
Hello.
Welcome,
Glad
Sandra.
to be here.
Tell our viewers where you're located.
How what?
Tell our viewers where you're located.
Oh, okay. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, nice, nice. Is it still over 100 degrees every day there?
No, we got down to the 70s, and I think today's supposed to be 80.
Nice.
Not bad. I like that.
Now you maybe were destined to be a writer, but you took some other paths before you got to it. What kind of things did you do?
Well, I decided to be a social worker, and I was involved with a lot of different kinds of programs. Mostly had leadership of 3 different nonprofits, and then I also worked in schools and for city and county and state organizations.
Some of the best authors we have on this show were social workers. I guess you're just exposed to so many amazing things
Yes.
doing that you get stories out of it.
Right, that's right. Different paths and different situations, but also very personal experiences that
Yeah.
people have just living life.
Now, one job I don't think you had, were you ever a bank manager?
No, I never was.
But you're right about one. Tell our viewers
Well, I did some research,
tell our viewers a little bit about Moonglow.
Yeah, so it's about a young woman working her way up in banking. When her former boyfriend becomes her boss, she decides to take a promotion to a bank in the suburbs as a branch manager. And she's just getting settled in a new community when an auditor discovers that there's been a theft at the bank.
Wow.
So now she's under even more pressure to prove herself as a manager and solve the problem with that.
So what is the genre? Is it a mystery? Is it a drama?
It's contemporary fiction. There's a little crime in there, but it's mostly a contemporary fiction about her life and her work and her friends and her family.
Yeah. Just as the story was unfolding, a little brief I read on it, it just sounds like so many people I know, they get a job, especially women, strong women, they're moving up, they buy a condo and kind of get some independence, and that's what was drawing me in about the story.
Yes. Yes. She's in Chicago, but she grew up in Central Illinois, which is where I grew up. So I had a lot of references to places I knew.
Nice. Nice. Who's going to read this book,
lived.
Sandra? Who will read this book?
Who will read this book? I think anybody can read this book. One of the things that I feature in the book is contra dancing. And when I first published the book, I did a little book tour and went to a bunch of contra dancers and sold the book to men and women, and got good feedback on it.
I don't think we know what that is, contra dancing.
Probably not. It's a similar to square dancing, but it's more like folk dancing with a partner, and you dance in long lines and you do jigs and reels, and it's very lively. And I just attended a weekend of contra dancing.
Yeah,
I just saw it on my mind.
I just saw it in a movie the other day. I can't place which movie, but I thought that looks like square dancing to me, but they call it contra dancing.
It's square dancing, but not in squares. And sometimes we dance squares too, but mostly we dance in long lines with partners.
Yeah, I'd say whoever reads it, if anybody goes to Amazon and reads a little blurb on this book, you're going to read it because it just gets you right away. Like I say, it sounds like regular people that I might know, and I found it fascinating. And the whole idea that somebody's, can we say it, they're stealing the money, somebody stole some money.
Yep.
Now, we have, by the way, also on the screen here, your web address. What would our viewers find if they go there?
Well, it talks about my books. I've got a couple of short stories that I published locally, and then it's got all the events and things that I've been doing lately.
Nice. Can they order the book off the website?
Yes. No, I think no. I think I actually direct everybody to Amazon
Yeah, yeah,
from the website.
yeah.
Hmm.
I just before we came on there went to your Amazon page and was clicking there. It's really nicely done, and I find I don't promote Amazon or any other company, but man, they're so easy to order the book. You just go click, and it shows up at the next day at my house. Uh,
Yeah, and it's available as a print book. Well, you have my book, but print book, or it's an ebook also. I'm thinking about going to audio because so many people like to do audio now when they're driving in the car or whatever.
Yeah, I tell you, Sandra, I'm not so young anymore, so it's hard for me to see the type in the books. So I've been doing a lot of audio books. I get a lot more reading in too that way. Go,
Yeah,
go to the gym, whatever I do, I can always have an audio book going. So I encourage that. I think that this book would be a great Christmas gift for someone, for multiple people. I've been saying this closer to Christmas. Go to the website, go to Amazon, don't click once, click 5 times. I always like to get 5 copies, and
I like you.
I give them to my friends. I like everybody reading what I'm
That's
reading.
a great idea.
Yeah. Also, every Christmas I get stuck with, I'm going to someone's house that I didn't expect, and you want to take a gift. So if you order 5 copies of this book, you'll have a gift to take along for a host.
Yeah.
What are you working on now, Sandra? Do you have another book in you?
I have two more books actually that I have written, and I'm now looking for a publisher for the third book, which is Four Friends, the Four Friends, and it's about four women who've been friends for a lifetime, and their ups and downs of their work, their careers, their family, their friendship, and a little bit of bumps along the way, as well as a lot of support for each other through everything that's
Nice.
going on in their lives.
Nice, very good. And do you get them published yourself, or you get a publisher? How does that work?
Well, I was a little frustrated with self-publishing because, you don't have access to bookstores, and the Phoenix Library doesn't carry local authors. A lot of the other libraries around Phoenix do. So it's a lot of work to market an indie book
Yeah.
from an unknown author. So I'm looking at trying to go traditional, but I'm open to the other path that I've taken before if that doesn't work out.
Yeah, I ask that because we have so many viewers. There's literally millions of people out there who are working on their first book. Millions and millions of people, and I like to talk to somebody who got a book out and say, how do you do it? So they can kind of see. So it's got to be a big job. I mean, writing is a big job, but it seems like after you've written, it's an even bigger job.
It is. It is. I pitched it to an editor, and she was interested in it, but it was 500 pages, and she said, no way. So it took me about a year to trim it down to a little over 300 pages.
Wow, I don't know how you do that. It's like cutting off,
Oh.
some of your children or something. When you have
I
to
know, but
take
I
a book
have
in.
friends who help. I belong to a critique group,
Oh, cool.
and we help each other write better and give each other good advice. Plus, I had beta readers. My lead character in the Four Friends is a lawyer, so my lawyers gave me advice on where I could cut, as well as other people. So that was helpful.
Yeah, tell us about the group. You're in what is it, a critique group?
Yes, local critique group, Mesa Writers. Hmm.
Yeah, I think that I've been telling authors, potential authors that over the last few months is get in a group. And now
Oh,
you're
yeah.
the next one to mention that.
Yeah, we continued to meet over COVID via Zoom, and now we like it so much we just continue to do that. It's so convenient,
That is
and
great.
and
Yeah.
it's good support,
Yeah.
and they're good writers, and they give me good advice.
Yeah, I get that. Can't see the forest for the trees sometimes writing, and just getting someone else in there, say, didn't you notice that you just did this and this, and turn something
Yeah,
around.
and
So,
I'm a pantser, so it just comes out as it comes out, and then I go back and look at it. But they really help me eliminate some of the ing words and all that stuff.
by the way, the book cover is really something. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I kind of created that with myself with help from a graphic artist.
Yeah. Is that a city we would recognize?
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Yeah, I was going to say Chicago. It's one of those
The
cities.
moon's a little bit out of proportion, but hey,
Um,
stick license.
Again, how do I pick my next book? Well, the cover helps. The covers help. You get a cover that just someone pops and grabs you, and that's really nice. So that has to help. For our viewers, this could be your next book. Look at, here it is one more time. Here's the cover. Moonglow, a novel by Sandra Rose Simmons. And any last thoughts before we go, Sandra?
I welcome everybody's input on Facebook and Amazon. If they want to comment on the book, that would be great, and let me know that how they felt about it.
Excellent. Thank you, Sandra. For our viewers, go buy this book. Don't buy one, buy a stack, give them away for Christmas, etc. And don't go anywhere. We will be back with another author right after this.